Hello everyone. My name is Alfredo Francis Boy from class 11B. You can call me Fado if you want to be more comfortable. And this is my English video project. And today, I will discuss something very important that is very close to the heart of every student. It is when you feel like you study, or at least you feel you study really well, but when the result comes out, the grade looks like it has betrayed you. Yes, it feels confusing, shocking, and even a little bit of painful. But in reality, low grade does not mean you failed as a student. It simply means there is something wrong in your study method and you need to fix it. So in this video, I will explain clearly how we can understand our mistakes and slowly upgrade our grades with the right strategy. Before we start, I want to show you my own grade when I feel like I'm still stupid. This was my grade before I changed anything. And after I applied the steps, this was my next result. So this video is not just a theory, it is something that actually worked for me. And here are the 7 steps you can follow to upgrade your grade just like me. The first step is to identify the real cause of your low grade. A low grade never comes from nowhere. There's always a specific reason and we must find it clearly. Begin by opening your exam paper and looking at each incorrect answer slowly. Try to remember what happened during the exam. Ask yourself questions such as, did I misunderstand the instruction? Was I confused about certain concept? Was I rushing because the time is almost finished? Or etc. And when you analyze it deeply, you will start to see the pattern. You can also write down the mistakes that you've done so you know the causes and prevent the mistakes that have been made. The second step is to review your previous study habits honestly. Well, many students believe they're studying, but in reality, they're only touching the surface of the materials. Guys, effective studying requires honest reflection. Study habits determine how well you understand a topic. If your study method is passive, meaning you only read the textbook or highlight paragraphs without practicing or explaining, your brain will not store the information deeply. Passive learning usually creates the illusion that you understand, but during the test, everything suddenly disappears. Active learning, on the other hand, involves writing summaries, answering practice questions, teaching the concept to someone else, rewriting notes in your own words, and reviewing your mistakes. This method trains your brain to retrieve information more easily. It is also important to look at your environment. If your study place is messy or full of distractions, your mind will not focus. If your phone is always beside you, your concentration will drop even if you believe you are studying. Reviewing your habits honestly will show you which behavior needs to change. The third step is to relearn the material using the Feynman technique. For me personally, I really love this technique because it really tests you whether you truly understand the material or not. This is Ochi, and Ochi knows nothing. And that is perfect because the Feynman technique requires you to explain the topic as if you are teaching a 5-year-old child. Now let's imagine you are learning the simple past tense. Instead of memorizing the rules silently, you explain the concept out loud to Ochi. You might say something like, the simple past tense is used when something has already happened in the past. Most verbs add "ed" at the end, such as talked or played. But some verbs are irregular, like go becoming went. If you find yourself unable to explain a part of the topic, such as irregular verbs, it means that you have not fully understood the concept. This is called a knowledge gap. When you discover a knowledge gap, you return to your textbook or notes, review the information again, and then try to re-explain until Ochi can understand it clearly. This technique also becomes much stronger when combined with good note-taking. Here's a short clip of me writing my notes. Rewriting information in your own handwriting helps the brain process the concept more deeply, especially when you write simplified explanation. The first step is to complete practice questions regularly. Practice is the heart of improvement because it transforms knowledge into skill. Well, you cannot rely on reading alone, so you must train your brain to apply the concept repeatedly. Practicing questions helps you recognize the patterns of how teachers usually form questions. It also makes you familiar with vocabulary, instructions, and the typical traps found in exams. With continuous practice, your speed increases, your accuracy improves, and your confidence grows. When you practice regularly, the brain becomes faster at recognizing the correct structure or formula. This is why practice must be consistent. Even short practice session of 20 minutes a day can create a huge difference in your exam results. The fifth step is to consult your teacher to clarify difficult concepts. Well, a teacher can explain the idea in a very different way that might be a lot easier for us or you to understand. And they can also point out exactly where your misunderstanding begins. The sixth step is to create a weekly improvement plan. Improvement happens slowly, not in a single day. So you must divide your task into small, consistent steps. For example, you can focus on reviewing your mistakes on Monday, doing practice questions on Tuesday, applying the Feynman technique on Wednesday, revisiting your difficult questions on Thursday, and taking a mini quiz on Friday. During the weekend, you can lightly review your notes or simply rest to recharge. The final step is to evaluate your progress every week. Improvement is not always visible instantly, but when you check your progress regularly, you will notice small developments. Testing yourself helps you see whether you are still repeating the same mistakes or whether you are getting better. If a certain topic remains difficult, simply adjust next week's study plan. And after all the studying and effort, do not forget to reward yourself. This is a short clip from my night trip. Sometimes a peaceful moment outside can help refresh your mind and motivate you to continue improving. And also, you can do your hobbies when you have a spare time. For me, I usually read a novel book because I love novel. So that is how you can upgrade your grade when it betrays you. And remember, a low grade does not define your intelligence. It is simply feedback that helps you to get better. I really hope you guys can get a better grade or feel helpful after watching this video. That's all from me. Thank you for watching this video and see you next time. Bye-bye!
Happy terus.
Well, I really think I should stop this video right here.